Okay, so this is for AMP 2, Unit 1, Lab 2. We're going to be talking about the heart. So, blood, which we talked about last time, it has to continually circulate through the body to maintain homeostasis. Blood has to always be flowing. So, how does the body do that? Well, it does it through the heart, which is what we're talking about today, and also through the blood vessels. The job of the circulatory system is going to allow exchange of substances. So good things, oxygen and nutrients, the things the tissues need. For bad things, I mean not really bad things, but waste, things that the tissues don't need anymore. Now, perfusion is an important vocabulary word, and officially it is the amount of blood per gram of tissue. So the amount of blood would be milliliters per minute. That's like blood flow per gram of tissue. So that's a complex kind of unit that you might see or not. What we really care about is the concept of adequate perfusion. Adequate perfusion. What that means is we want the right amount of blood, to go to each particular individual tissue. So some tissues need more blood than others. The brain needs a lot of blood. The kidneys need a lot of blood. Depending on what you're doing, skeletal muscle may need a lot of blood if you're exercising, maybe not if you're sitting still. Lungs, probably going to need a lot of blood. Digestive organs need a lot of blood if you're digesting, don't need a lot of blood if you're active. All right, so components of the cardiovascular system here. First, we have blood vessels. And we'll get into this a little more in Lab 3. But these are going to be like conduits. They're basically like pipes. This is how blood gets transported through the body. 3 kinds that we're going to talk about right now. These are the arteries, big arteries. Arteries carry blood away. And with one exception, they're going to carry oxygenated blood. So let's go ahead and write oxygenated, which means they're going to appear red with one exception that I'll tell you. Then they split down into smaller arterioles. Arteries are where we feel the pulse. So we'll say this is where you feel a pulse. Then you get down into the tiny capillaries. This is where that exchange occurs. Then we start getting into larger vessels. So the larger ones, we start our way back to the heart through venules, and then we get into the veins. The veins return blood to the heart with one exception. It's going to be deoxygenated blood, or kind of used up. So it needs more oxygen, and these are going to be blue with one exception. What we care about mostly today, the heart. The heart, this is the pump, and it's going to push blood throughout the entire body. So let me kind of give an overview here. We have, this is on figure 19.1. So you have the heart, which we're talking about today. Then you're going to have arteries moving blood away from the heart. Then you get into this network of capillaries. So notice how they kind of go from red to blue. Maybe you can't see that as well. Or here, red to blue, so they're purple. And then back to the heart via the veins. That's the overview there. Okay,